see what we can do here. Okay, I hope it's working. Hope the recording is working. This is so cool. I'm using the work computer and I logged into our Zoom. So we don't have the unlimited version. So we have like a 40-minute cap. So hopefully we have a 40-minute cap and hopefully it's recording into the right places. Siyata D'Shmaya. Okay, Chavra. It's been a while. 45 days until Rosh Hashanah. We have 129 until Hanukkah. 129. The days are flying. Elul's here. And like we said on Shabbat, we're mamish just taking that first layer off the onion. Farkane, how we doing?
Doing
Today's
good.
Love also, just saying.
And Tubav. Everyone wear white. Everyone
Everyone
wear
wear white
white.
tomorrow. We dance in the field.
Let's all go to the fields. Let's all go to the fields, Farkane. Okay. Tov. So Tefillah B'Shem Kol Yisrael. Tefillah B'Shem Kol Yisrael. Avers, I love you. Mamish, love you. Master of the world, have pity on us and bring us to true, perfect faith. Let us have genuine, wholehearted faith in you and your true tzaddikim. Let us pay no attention to doubts and questions of our kind whatsoever. Let them never enter our minds and hearts at all. Help us cast away our confused theorizing and depend solely on faith, for we are flesh and blood, a clod of earth, a bundle of matter, inflamed with sin and sullied with transgression. How can a mere mortal and putrid drop expect to understand anything about your pathways and your providence? May we never use our intellect except to serve you, to study your Torah, and to genuinely deepen our reverence for you. Let us never begin to indulge in speculation. May we know and believe in truth and perfect faith that you are just and righteous. It's if anyone wants a gateway into the gates of prayer, I mean, getting the 50th gate just gives you words. It literally gives you words. It just brings your neshama to paper and takes the paper to back to Shemayim. It's unbelievable. It's mamish unbelievable, Rav Nassan, and it's just crazy to think that Rav Nassan is able to bring himself down to our level, each individual, and speak to our existence, to where we are right now. I mean, you hear the words of every tefillah, of every line. It's incredible that a tzaddik like that could really go up to the highest places and be with the highest, and also go down to the lowest places and be with the lowest. Chas v'shalom, not to say that the lowest are the lowest, but we get what we mean, hopefully. So Sichot Haran. Sichot Haran 31. I think that's where we're at. It's a quite short one today, but a powerful one. It's a tefillah. It's a Torah that I remember like 5 years ago already. Maybe I've seen it for the first time and like Gewalt, okay, like I'm just gonna apply it on a simple sense and think it's only applicable to, let's say, what Rabbi Nachman is pointing out. But let's open up our hearts and really look at those places in our lives where this Torah could be applicable. So Rabbi Nachman says it is best to pray as early as possible each morning. Prayer is so lofty and precious, and there is no guarantee that one will merit to pray later. Therefore, strive to pray as early as you possibly can, says Rabbi Nachman. Rabbi Nachman, just two ways I'm going with it, or 3 ways we're going with this. At least for me, and I would love to hear your perspective. Oh, Chaim's coming on. Amazing. You get Chaim on in here. Okay, amazing. Chaim Shili. Oh, Chaim. Chaim. Guarding the borders. Guarding the borders. Chayal, come on. It's everything. It's everything. So Chaim, Rabbi Nachman is saying that we have to pray as early as possible. So I'm going to take this 3 ways, and I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts. Number 1, shot. Rabbi Nachman is telling us you have to pray as early as possible because you may not have a time later in the morning or later in the day to pray. For example, literally this morning, I I was in davening and don't let me go on a tangent. Don't let me go on a tangent. Don't let me go on a tangent. I was there during davening, and then all of a sudden, right when I got to after putting on the tefillin and sitting down, Gevalt, I had a clear mind during tefillin. All the anxieties just started water falling down on me. Water falling down. Oh my gosh, I have this wedding tomorrow night. Oh my gosh, I didn't even accept the invitation to the wedding. I'll even have an invitation to this wedding. Oh my gosh, I just spoke about this and that with people in work to be more organized, but here I am a day before the wedding, not even noticing that I have a wedding. And oh my gosh, my schedule is 9 to 6. How am I going to make it to the chuppah when the chuppah is at 6:30? What's going on? All the thoughts are rumbling in. And you know what? You guys said I should go on a tangent. I'm going to go on a tangent. Rav Levi Yitzchak Miberditchev. Rav Levi Yitzchak Miberditchev. He's once walking through the kila while they're davening, and he goes to someone. He's like, "Where are you?" The guy's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Where are you?" He's like, "Rebbe, what do you mean?" And he walked away. And I think he even stopped the tefillah at that point, or they were continuing. And Rav Levi Yitzchak was just pacing back and forth, back and forth, and the Jew was just like, "What's going on?" And then 10 minutes later, Rav Levi Yitzchak's like, "You returned! You're here!" Mamash, his head was in Paris. His head was in the business deals. His head was so far away from that moment. And he was like, "Where are you? Where are you?" So that's exactly what was happening today in davening. I was having that experience. Where was I? I was mamish 15 steps ahead, literally zero control, powerlessness, but I even thought I had control over the future. Gewalt. Okay, so that's my tefillah experience. Rabbi Nachman says to pray as early as possible. Why is this important? Why am I going on this tangent? Because I left 5 minutes early. And I'm like, okay, I'll get to work. I'll be able to say Ashrei, Shir Shel Yom, the rest of davening. Didn't happen, Chavra. It didn't happen. Pray as early as possible. Mamish. We have to do it as early as possible. When we have something in our grasp, we should do it. So that's one son. Another son, Rabbi Nachman has this powerful piece on tshuva. He says, when we have an awakening to return to Hashem, how many times do we let this inspiration fleet us? I have this inspiration to return to Hashem, to learn Torah, to connect to Yidden, to connect to myself, to ask those questions, to think Hashem. I have these moments. But Rabbi Nachman says, how many of us actually stop right then and there and actually actualize it? So he says, when it comes to teshuvah and you have this awakening of teshuvah, literally stop wherever you are, whether you're like in the middle of West Englewood, or mamish in the middle of a Chuza Street in Renana, and literally stop and stop in your tracks and be like, Ribbona Shalom, I want to come closer to you. Ribbona Shalom, thank you for this person who came across me on the train and helped me, think about this. I don't know, whatever it is. That's the second piece. The third piece, I forget. So, Chevra, we're going to open it up to everyone. And I would love to hear everyone's thoughts. B'Shem Kol Yisrael. It's good to be back.
Jack, thank you so much for teaching us Torah. It's a really special thing. And I know it used to happen all the time and people started taking it for granted. So that I really don't take it for granted, and Rashad Hashem never will. It's a big deal. Papa Saul, thank you for giving us Jack's gene pool so that he could teach us Torah. Tamar, thank you for pushing this to happen. Big Joe, thanks for smiling. Great teeth. Just want to say, in Army, obviously, you really never know when you're going to be able to daven or not daven. So what you're saying is just like practically true. Also, it just kind of shows like I don't know, like if you're like madly in love with someone, then like you don't like talk to them when you're down. Like the second you have a chance. Like I just saw a video of like some Olympic, I don't know, I think it's like a pole vaulter. second he broke his record, he ran straight to his girlfriend on the side. Like he didn't like wait till later, like when he was, in the mood. Like that was love. Which I think is kind of also another nice thing. Maybe what you're saying, big baby, J Step.
The heart is open because your words are piercing the heart, okay? Telling you we're beginning to peel the layers. Beginning to peel the layers, okay? Ay, Trevor, anyone else, or we're gonna end on that because that's also good. That's also good. Everything
I
is
just
good.
have to say that Jack spoke Friday night at shul, and Mamash got the whole like JLIC was sitting on the edge of their chairs, like listening to every word. And no one ever listens Friday night when someone's talking. I'm not gonna lie, no one listens. Jack was hilarious, and he's just like, if he's not Mashiach, I don't know who is.
Whoa. Tamar, bring the fire.
Yeah, should we copy a donkey, baby steps? We can make it happen.
Tamar, bring the fire. By the way, my dad's really happy right now. You just made his week. Oh, wow, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Jack, you run the comedy show again?
What?
You run the comedy show again? I just remember last time, bro. You just like said like 5 lines, and you're like, "Whew, I'm really feeling myself up here." What's this going?
It's essentially what happened. It's essentially what happened. Wow, Tamar, we appreciate you always. Always, always, always. Anyone else have anything to share, Mamish, before we conclude? Also, Chevra, this is going to be an everyday thing. B'siyata d'shmai b'li neder. It's going to be an everyday thing. Everyday thing. At least until Rosh Hashanah. And then
I
we'll
think
fire it up for
first of all,
fire
it's
up for
like 2
Hanukkah.
seconds, but fine, we'll give you points for that. Second of all, I think even like knowing that you're doing it without even knowing what you said is mechazik also.
Right.
So even if no one comes, like, what I'm saying, it's like something is always there, and that in itself gives koach.
Amen. You're reintroducing that thought. By the way, you're reintroducing that thought because I had that thought for a while, and then it kind of just deflated.
It's
But Mamash,
creating faith.
but you're giving it's really important. Your Mamash right for anything for anything, for real. Like just on that point, we have to know that one yid is everything. Rav Avram Tzvi Kluger, I'm reading this book right now. Really, really recommend it to everyone here. I recommend it to my dad. It's called the One. It's called One. It's based on the Hebrew book Yichud Hibodedut. And it's basically like having a connection with Hashem. That's what the book's about. And it's just practical. So the author of the book, Rav Judah Michel, when he was in Reshit, he was like the student of this Rebbe, Rav Avram Tzvi Kluger. He still is the student of Rav Avram Tzvi Kluger, and he views him as like his Rebbe, obviously amongst other Rebbes as well. And he brought him to Reish. He was like a whole big deal. Like 3 months in advance, he was like hyping up the Shana Aleph kids who were mamish sleeping. They're sleeping in their comfortable, 5-star beds at Reishi. And and he's hyping them up, and he's trying to get this big gadol, this Mekubal is coming. This Mekubal is coming to Reishi. You have to come. You have to come. You have to.
I think he only speaks Yiddish, no?
No, he's got to speak some Hebrew. I think there's some Hebrew in there. At least I could be totally wrong.
He came to Hask. We were gone.
Oh, okay. So you may be right. Kitzer, he shows up to Reishi after like 3 months of hype, and Rav Judah Michel obviously was walking him up to the base medrash, and there's only 6 people there. 6 people there, and it was only the madrachim. And he started freaking out. He's like, "Oh my gosh! Like I made this such a big deal. I got him all the way here, schlepped him from Beit Shemesh. I guess Rishit's in Beit Shemesh, but anyways, so within Beit Shemesh, Beit Shemesh within Beit Shemesh. I thought the story would be nicer. I thought the story would be like, oh, he schlepped him from Beit Lot. It's like, pay for his flight. and he started to like sweat, and he started to like run around the dorms, and like no one was there, no one, or people who were there just weren't down. Comes back to the base medrash, and he's like, Rebbe, before he starts, he's like, from everyone, like, Rebbe, like, I'm so sorry for this, like we really expected like a bigger turnout. And the Rebbe said, like, what are you talking about? He's like, what do you mean? Like, we have like a whole yeshiva. And he's like, what I see right now is 6 worlds. What I see right now is 6 worlds, mamash. And that Chaim, that's mamashed. Even if like no one joins, even if no one joins, I'm my own world, right? You're your own world. Tamara's her own world. Yossi Farkani is his own world. Avery, my dad. And like that's enough. That's enough. That's everything. That's mamish everything. It's siyata d'shmaya. We're enough. We're mamish enough. And enabling someone else to enter your world, that's also good.
Aves, can you give us like one line, Aves?
Oh yeah, Abe's got to give
One
us
line of
some.
reflection.
Abe's got to give us some wisdom over
Abe,
here.
you're kind
Abe's
of
got
like
to give us some wisdom.
Abe, you're like a deep oil mine that nobody's tapped into yet. Abe, that's who you are.
Jack, that was beautiful.
Oh, so good. The deep oil mine. It's, by the way, that was the first opening. That was the first opening.
That was the first opening of Bizarre Hashem. He's kind of like a generator the size of the house that just nobody's plugged into yet, but it's running. It's running so loudly.
So great, whatever it's called here.
Analogy.
Metaphors. Great metaphors.
Yeah. It's true.
Exactly. Chavra. I love you guys. I love you guys. Let's fire it up. B'Shem Kol Yisrael. We're gonna post this on YouTube. We're gonna get 1.5 likes. It's gonna be geschmack. And fire it up. By the way, I did see the channel. I think we have one more subscriber until 100. Not like we're counting, but it's like, Mama
Check. I think
I'll get you to 100.
Okay, well.
I think that the future is really in merchandise.
Oh yeah, it's all. By the way, we're gonna get Stealing Torah shirts, 100%.
It's in the back like thief. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Or why don't we just like sell Stealing Torah like Zoom backgrounds?
That's radical.
What?
Yeah, like I don't see anyone selling Zoom backgrounds. It's actually pretty deep. Oh my gosh. Chaim, we'll do your face. We'll do like the Keepa thing. Keepa like virtual. Virtual thing.
Jack, why are you trying to monetize such a holy thing? People should be doing it just for the love of the game,
Oh, so strong.
There it is. Here it goes.
It's so strong. That's amazing. But subscribe and
it's
pay for the channel.
It's the generator. It's the generator.
It's the generator. We wouldn't mind a donation for the channel though.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, good.
It's like some yeshivas, like obviously learning Torah is just endless deep treasures and Gan Eden, but like for some people they need an offer of papagayos to get them to jump into the water. You know what I'm saying? That's what the merchandise is for us.
Okay. Thanks for clearing it up. You can essentially sell sponsorships. Like people could sponsor a shear. You should do ads. Run an ad.
Oh, we're doing ads for tomorrow's chalot.
Run an ad for like Monday.com. Like this Stealing Torah is brought to you by Monday.com.
Bye.
That's it.
Kavra, be well. Be well. Fired up.
Right.
Be well.
All there.
Okay, be well.
Bye.
Bye. Peace.
Bye.